Welcome back to the Untitled Campfire project. This is your host Adi and your co-host Andy.
Hello.
Not this shit every time.
Sid,
Nah,
Sid, say hello.
no. I won't say hello.
Do it. Just,
Hello.
just yeah. Okay. So this episode is going to be a little different. There'll be a lot of graphic stuff discussing happening. So yeah, some. So this is a fair warning. If you're not into that shit, click off right now. Yeah, okay, cool. So, what's up, boys?
Why are you in so much pain? Man can't say one sentence without screwing it up.
Doesn't seem like we've done 8 other episodes of this, no?
Nah,
Every time the intro is hello weird. Yeah.
yeah,
Maybe we should like plan it out,
Eight
like have like a
episodes.
script, like a beginning
8 episodes.
script kind of thing. You know?
I'll find a way to screw that up also.
Yeah, you probably will. I think you'll screw up more if it is a script. I don't believe you
Yeah,
with a
yeah.
script, actually. Because your natural only is so shaky. Script mein to it'll be more
Damn,
Bro.
Okay.
all over the place.
Yeah.
Fine.
AOTP.
Okay, bro. You're making fun of my condition, okay?
I'm not
Cool.
making. Whoa. There is no. You
Condition?
don't have no what condition are you talking about?
I might have one, maybe undiscovered one. Who knows?
Undiscovered.
You discovered your own condition. You can
Yeah,
name it.
Call it.
What will you name it, bro?
Adicitis.
The Adi syndrome.
Yeah,
Adi syndrome.
Adi syndrome. Yeah,
Dang.
it's nice.
What are the symptoms?
It's an abbreviation. ADI.
Yeah, you guys. Okay, you guys tell me what are the symptoms based on your guys.
Why are you inviting this trouble?
I'm just asking, bro.
Stubbornness.
Okay.
Lovely
safe.
behavior.
Oh, yo, so
Talent as fuck.
safe. Okay.
And bananas. Weird affinity towards bananas.
Mm-hmm.
And coconuts.
Okay, yeah.
And liquor.
Man.
Okay. I might have offended a whole sect
Lot
of
of
people there.
Yeah.
But it's okay, they might not make it out of their state. COVID is hella. Oh shit, no.
Oh,
Bro,
man.
what are you on about?
Yeah.
Shut up. Adi,
Why do I
Adi.
always say
Adi,
cutty shit?
Adi,
Oh,
take the
It's like-
podcast. Yeah, like start. Say something.
Cutty shit.
okay, man. So, fuck COVID. Yeah. Fuck lockdown. So, what's happening nowadays? You know, what's this?
You want me to tell you?
Sports.
You want me to tell you something? What's happening?
Sports.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
basically, for people who are listening, Thea White, she recently passed away, 30th July 2021.
I don't mean
Wait.
to be
Yeah, I will
Yeah,
answer.
same.
I will answer your stupid
But
question.
who?
I will answer your stupid ass. Who? So basically, if you've watched, oh sorry,
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
yes, if you've watched Courage the
yeah,
Cowardly
yeah.
Dog, the voice actor who plays Muriel, she passed away a couple of days ago. Yeah, growing up was one of my favorite. I think it was my favorite show growing up. You know,
One of my favorites
That-
for sure. But you know
It was
what?
too scary, bro.
that's why I loved it.
Yeah, I mean,
That's why I
but
loved it.
like, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know she was alive. So
What?
I mean, I don't know, bro. It's an old. It's
You
an
didn't
old.
know she existed. That's
No, I
that's
knew
what you're
she
trying to say.
existed. What kind of shit is that?
I mean,
But
you
it's
didn't
not-
know that person. That's all.
Yeah. You know, that's what I. Yeah.
What?
But R.I.P. though.
Yeah. R.I.P. Still, may her soul rest in peace.
Okay. Yeah. So, did you know that the show got cancelled because it was too scary?
It was. I mean, why was it on Cartoon Network? I still don't get it.
Questionable, no? Very absurd. Very absurd show.
You know where it belongs? Adult Swim.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Bro,
Yeah.
I think it was, bro. I think it was great on Cartoon. Bro, a lot of edgy shit was on Cartoon Network. What do you mean? Cartoon Network was goated. There's so many amazing shows. See, the thing about Courage the Cowardly Dog is it's probably one of the, in my opinion, the most unique type of cartoon show. It was so scary, that like they canceled it because it was giving like children nightmares,
Which it was.
and people were complaining and shit. So like think about it. In a way, it's hella successful. An animated, light-hearted, uh, supposedly comedy
It's
horror
not light-hearted.
TV show. I mean, it is light-hearted
Some
in some
parts.
instances, like the whole,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
the
maybe now.
Eustace. No, like
But,
the whole
yeah.
Eustace and Courage thing. Their beef and a lot of slapstick elements and stuff. But the overall essence was just like pure, just bone-chilling horror. And bro, I would watch every episode. Whatever I could, I would watch. I would go to sleep like scared shitless, and each time that fear made me want to like watch the next episode as well. It was, everything about it was so spooky and so chilling. In my opinion, like I think it was a great success, but the show got cancelled. Because it was that scary. In a way, it's kind of a flex. Because they were so effective at what they set out to do. Cartoon Network was like, nah, we
Yeah.
can't have this anymore. Kids are getting.
Yeah, I mean, as a parent, you wouldn't really want to, traumatize your kids. So you wouldn't want it on Cartoon
Bro,
Network.
as a parent, I would watch it with my kid.
Yeah, sure. But on television, it's like they might accidentally watch it and you might not want that.
Yeah.
So if you, as a parent, if you want them to watch, maybe some other means.
Hmm.
And another like good news, there's a movie coming called Straight Out of Nowhere. It's yeah, okay, wait for it.
Stoner comedy.
No, it's a Scooby-Doo Courage the Cowardly Dog crossover.
That'll be so bad. I
Bro,
swear to God,
bro,
it'll be horrible.
okay, yeah, hear me out. I love Scooby-Doo. I love Courage the Cowardly Dog. I hope they don't mess this up. It's the original voice actors, and Thea White has given the voice.
Full disclosure. I've never watched. I mean, I have watched, but I've not ever religiously watched Scooby-Doo.
There's no offense in that,
Yeah.
bro. Even I haven't,
Um,
but yeah, I've seen a lot of it. But thing is, it's called going Hollywood. What all these shows when they make a movie from that, it never ends well. I mean, it's
Uh,
very rarely becomes a good movie.
the Scooby-Doo movies were pretty good. I mean, see, that's what like for me. I'm talking from my experience. I grew up watching both of these like shows and the Scooby-Doo animated movies. I had the Scooby-Doo games and I would play the so seeing the just the concept of the crossover, I would want to watch this movie because
Yeah, like that for sure.
it's
Yeah.
like what is like imagine like a Doraemon Ninja Hattori crossover,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
some kids would go mad for that because they love both. So like that, this is crazy for me.
So yeah, it's just the hype of
Yeah.
it. You can't expect a good movie.
I mean, yeah, I'm
guess.
not expecting like critical acclaim and some shit. It's gonna be light. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be little horror themes because it is Courage the Cowardly Dog. Original voice actors as well. So it's
Yeah.
yeah,
I just hope they don't ruin it.
yeah, same.
They don't make it bad.
Yeah,
That would be not good.
14 September 2021 is the release.
One movie I'm waiting for is Go Go Gone Part 2. I think India doesn't have enough stoner comedies and it needs more stoner comedies.
It's never coming out.
I think it will. 2022 it might. It might.
mean-
It should. I've been waiting for it for quite some time now.
It didn't even get that much success though. So
It's a cult film. It's a cult film, yaar.
I've never watched it.
Go Go Gone.
it's really
Yeah.
good. It's really good.
No culture.
You haven't watched
it's-
Scooby Doo.
It's not like I've never watched Scooby Doo. I watched a couple episodes of it. I didn't seem to
Okay,
enjoy it
name the
as much
crew.
as other
Name the crew.
Scooby Doo. The
Yeah,
dude, the
yeah.
green shirt dude was Shaggy,
Okay.
Yeah.
and after that there was a Megan in there. I'm pretty sure.
No.
No? Okay. I don't know. I only know Scooby Doo and that green shirt dude. Actually.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
I
that
know.
girl's
I
name
know
was
one more.
was it Melanie?
No.
No.
Okay, I don't know.
Vilma.
Yeah, Velma.
Vilma.
Wilma.
Yeah, it's
Velma.
Velma.
Wilma
Velma
is
or
such a
Vilma?
bait name.
Yeah, that's how
You could make it a meme today.
it is a meme.
Is it?
Yeah, they'd be like, "Oh, what's this girl's name?" And you say Wilma, and then yeah,
Wilma what? Wilma.
yeah, Daphne, Velma, Fred. It's the most white
Yeah.
guy name. Fred, you know.
Fred.
Roro.
Don't ever do that again.
Scooby-Doo. Yeah.
Fucking
It's
hell.
it's a Scooby-Doo impression. Raggy.
Please.
Roro.
Please. Don't ruin it for me. I might have to watch it with my kids. Please. Yeah, fuck. That was a weird sentence.
That was a weird
That,
sentence.
that was
You-
I
you-
am not
because
gonna
there's
have
not, it's not
kids.
implied that you'll have kids, or if you know any kids, or if you will watch it later on. You know, it's just
Oh, sick,
out
bro.
of nowhere.
Wow, bro. Nice pee joke you're making.
huh?
Fucking. Okay, speaking of kids.
this never ends well.
It never
You
ends.
just started
Yeah,
like-
Oh,
yeah.
fuck. No. Do another segment, no, Adi. Do some.
Do a segue. What is he, bro?
The
To what?
What does he look
Give me a
like?
destination.
the afterthought was like, yeah. Just please, let's drag us back onto the track.
This is an episode about serial killers, by the way. It's going horribly off track.
Yeah. Okay, speaking about serial killers, you guys know of any? I don't know any.
Seriously?
I'm not very into that genre.
I'm not,
Serial
Bruh,
killers.
I would be lying if I said I wasn't into that genre. I psycho thrillers are I really like especially documentaries. I love these. I think Netflix has got it pat down.
Have you watched Psycho?
What?
Seen
Have you watched Psycho? Hitchcock?
I should. I haven't. I should.
I'll be honest, okay?
But-
I've seen a lot of horror movies in my time. And
In your time, which is 5
which
years
is-
ago.
like in my 19 years in watching Courage the Cowardly Dog ever since I was a
Yeah.
child. So I've watched like a couple horror movies here and there, you know. But hands down, in Psycho, I wouldn't say it's like a jump scare movie or it's a scary movie or anything. It's a build up tension movie to like a conclusion, you know. And I would say it is in every right a horror movie. But there is one scene in that movie. I think both of you haven't watched it. People who are listening would know what I'm talking about. There is one scene. It's probably like a really iconic scene in like, you know, in cinematic history. That scene. It's not the shower scene. If you know what I'm talking about, it's one. It's the other scene.
What?
The silhouette
Yeah,
coming through
you know
the
the
shower curtains.
Simon and Toby make like a parody out of it. No,
That's how you know it from.
no, I know it from because I've seen it, but I think Andy might know it then, right?
No. What video is this?
I don't remember. Okay, it's like this woman is taking bath, and then you see a knife coming,
Okay.
like from with a silhouette, like you said.
Oh yes, I've
Yeah.
seen that.
That's
I've
from
seen
Psycho.
It's iconic.
So,
Yeah.
other than that scene, there's another scene that happens towards the end of the movie, and I'm telling you, when I got chills, like, I think at that point I genuinely felt like the most scared I've ever been watching it. I mean, not scared like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. It was so bone chillingly creepy / scary that like my entire body just went cold. That one scene, you know, and I rewatched it and I had the same effect. I was like, bro, I don't want to keep seeing this because it really got to me, you know, and it was brilliantly executed, brilliantly shot. You know, Hitchcock is a genius, cinematic genius. Did you know that the movie Psycho, when it came out, I don't remember the exact date. The,
1992.
ni-
I
not
don't
not
know.
not 90s. Before
I don't
that,
know.
I think 60s. I'm not sure. I might be wrong. Okay, but when he released the movie, he's so much of a cinematic purist. He was like, when people enter, they cannot leave until it's like I don't think there was intimation at that time. He's like, they can't leave until the movie's over, and once the movie starts running, no one is allowed to no one should be allowed to enter. Is the rule he gave to like all, like I don't know, like cinema
Theaters,
halls. Yeah,
cinemas,
theaters and
yeah.
cinema halls. Because he was like, in order to understand the movie and appreciate the film, they need to watch like the first second till the last second. So he said that no one should be allowed to enter after the movie started.
Yeah, I get that. I respect that, but sometimes man's gotta pee.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
like what are we supposed to do?
You pee and come. No, pee. You pee and then you start watching the film.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's what 3 hours long or
No,
something.
not 3 hours. It should be like 2 hours or less. So yeah,
1960, by the way. I just checked. But
19.
anyway,
Huh.
60.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, you just take a bottle in it. Just
True.
yeah.
Yeah, I recommend that.
You recommend that?
Yeah, I think it's one experience everyone should have in life.
What, peeing in a
Just
bottle?
once. Some things. Yeah. Some things you just want like you recommend to everyone. Okay, you just do it once. Okay, I'm not gonna do it again
Have we talked
unless.
about this
Bro,
before
what?
Yeah, we both
on the
confessed
podcast?
to yeah
Yeah,
on the podcast
yeah.
that we both peed. We both yeah we've peed in a bottle, not the
Why?
same bottle, at different locations in different points of time. Yeah.
But why?
Why I think I don't remember where I was, but whatever it was yeah.
Like,
Who
how did you
knows
do?
where
Like
it was.
long range or like
Three.
shotgun barrel?
Long
Long
range,
range.
nahi,
What?
no, you can't do long range. It was a bottle like this. It was like your regular
Yeah. So you open the cap and you like
mineral. Yeah.
rain from above, or did you like
But this
shotgun
Bro,
blast
place.
it?
how good is no? My aim is not this good. Like it's not gonna fit in this 2 centimeter radius.
What if you can
Uh,
control the flow? You know, control your
I can
muscles.
control the flow.
Yeah, you can control the flow. So like
I can, yeah.
you
The
divide
pelvic,
it.
the pelvic.
You create a smaller streamline. You know, technique.
Yes, but you have to realize for me to pee in a bottle, I will have to be in a very extreme condition. And
Hmm.
then there's no stream and there's no focus. There's just do or die. There's no in
Yeah.
between. So it's just you just surrender, bro. You surrender to.
Were you out in the wilderness or something? Like out here?
I don't remember. I don't remember. Like yeah, I mean now. See, I'm pretty sure I was. No, I don't know.
I
I
I
don't
think the
remember.
only like way I would ever even think about doing it is like if I'm in like a bus or a car and we can't stop.
I think I was in a bus. I
Oh,
think I was in a bus.
Oh no.
okay. I mean, I know I said that example, but like, I don't know,
I
bro.
think I was in a bus.
If I'm just sitting in my bus, chilling, and the
Yeah.
dude next to me is like peeing in a bottle.
No. That much decency I have. It's. I had my own compartment. That much decency is there. But maybe I was too
Right.
shy to ask the conductor to
What?
pull aside.
Not too shy to just pull your.
Yes, but because I can store it in my this
Balls.
thing. No. But I still don't remember. This was very long ago. I'm still not sure if I was in a bus, but I think
Bro,
it could have been a bus.
we're three dudes talking about
could've.
peeing on a podcast. Can we? Yeah, I just.
It's natural. It's
You
natural
brought
conversation.
it. You brought the
No,
conversation.
you brought it up. You were like peeing in a bottle.
I didn't pee in a bottle.
I was talking about Psycho, bro. I was talking about on
Andy,
topic.
It is-
you were recommending to the audience that you should
Oh
pee
no
in a
no no
bottle.
no.
Yeah,
No,
that
no.
was you,
I'm just
Andy.
yeah. I'm just saying random stuff today. I'm feeling a little funny.
Yeah, nice.
It's a funny day. It's a funny day.
It's a Wednesday.
My dudes. Yeah, so anyway, can we go back to the psycho killers, bro, serial killers? I
Ye-
need to learn. I need to know.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Tell, okay, so the only famous name I know
Ted
is
Bundy.
I know Ted Bundy too, actually, but Charles Manson,
Okay.
right?
What a
Yeah,
coincidence. Funny you say that.
he sounds like an OG, bro. Like no matter,
Dog.
An OG in the
like
scene.
like if you just
Yeah.
randomly told me like Charles Manson, I would be like, okay, whatever he does, he excels at it.
Bruh.
Good choice of words. Great
Yeah,
choice of
yeah.
words.
Thanks.
I mean, technically, he hasn't really done anything per se.
Oh wow, so you're giving him the pass.
I did
No, no,
not
no,
say
no.
that
No
either.
one's giving him the pass.
Yeah.
Also, quick disclaimer before we begin: we do not condone any of this behavior or in any light whatsoever. So this is just
Kindly behave yourself.
random.
Don't engage in activities. Do
Yeah,
not
yeah,
try
yeah.
this at home.
Do not or anywhere else.
Yes.
Yeah, please. This is just a random harmless discussion, and we're hoping it stays that way. Thank you.
It never stays that way.
It's a scary world we live in.
Who's the most likely to. Okay, if there's an apocalypse scenario, okay?
Uh,
Who's most likely to go rogue and start like, you
a
know,
cult.
yeah, start like a weird ass cult, where you like eat people and
Oh,
shit.
in the world.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you was talking you were talking about us three.
Yeah, I'm talking about us three. From the three of us,
Oh,
who's
okay.
most likely?
Okay. Me?
I think Adi.
Yeah.
See, I'm telling you, bro.
Probably me.
Adi's hellish. Like, he's like a. He's very. He's like a jackfruit. No, not a jackfruit. What am I saying,
What?
bro?
No, I
Dude.
need to
There's
hear
a
that.
side
Yeah,
of there's a
what?
side of Adi, which is like hidden.
That's
Mm.
everyone, though.
Yeah, but as you see, like inklings of it spill out. Like in moments of duress or like when some kind of conflict happens, people tend to like go back to their original selves or whatever. But Adi, I mean, we have seen like different versions of Adi, but I feel like there's a darker side to Adi. In an apocalypse, this thing like he would probably. I mean, the fact that he just called Charles Manson an OG, like that's a clue.
He doesn't
I
know
didn't.
shit about Charles Manson, though.
Yeah, I don't know who he is at all.
But you do.
Absolutely, really. Do I?
Kind of looks like him.
Maybe deep inside I do. What?
You do kind of look like a young chemo version of him.
Chemo?
I
What?
don't know if you went to chemotherapy.
Bro,
and if
why
he
are you
gets a little
saying this
skinny.
shit? You can't be saying that shit. You can't say that
Are you
shit.
making fun of my disability again, bro? What is this?
It's not
Adi
a
syndrome.
disability.
Adi
I'm
syndrome.
making fun of your physical appearance.
That's equal.
That's cool.
Yeah,
now.
that's okay.
Wow.
What? Yeah. You've never done it on multiple occasions, no? You're gonna tell me now.
No, you're fat. So
Yeah, see? Yeah, now we're
I
even.
was not involved
We're
in
not.
this. I'm
We're not, but we're even.
yeah.
We're not, but yeah.
yeah.
So petty. We're not, but we are even.
Yeah, because he's been calling me fat since 10 years now.
And you've been.
I'm sorry, bro.
For
You're
10
so
years.
big. I have to mention it.
Yeah, and Sid, I have been fat for 10 years, yes.
I didn't say, bro. I'm not saying these things. Don't.
I can read your mind. I can see you wanting to say it, but you're like, oh, people listen to it on the podcast, they might judge me. You know what? Off the podcast, I'll save this for a punchline. And then for the next 1 hour, you're gonna think about this, and then suddenly out of nowhere, Sid comes up with the perfect punchline, and we think, oh, he's so funny. He's not. He's just thinking about it for a long time.
That still makes him kind
Bro,
of
that
smart.
Yeah,
He thought
no
about
one's
it.
denying that.
Why
but
you?
like,
Why are you thinking about this into that much depth?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
because
Are you like stalking my thoughts? What is this?
you don't have thoughts.
Damn, it's a deep layered joke. I appreciate it. I appreciate
So
it.
deep, bro. Literally two
Yeah.
layers.
Okay.
Let's have a thoughtful
Okay.
conversation, guys. Come on.
Yes, let us. So I was thinking like
It's like you set yourself up,
Yeah.
It's like you
Look at
climb
these
up on the diving board and then you backflip and you land back on the board.
on the what?
On the board. Yeah, you heard it. You heard it. Board. What's up? I'm proud of my voice cracks. It makes me who I am. Yeah, I can bet like 2-3
yeah,
people laugh.
so Charles Manson.
Charles Manson.
Manson.
Alright, so we can talk about Manson because I haven't done too much.
Charles woman daughter.
Man like Charlie. Can we call him Charlie? No, we can't call him Charlie. Okay, so let's talk about Manson first, because I
Mr.
have not
Manson.
done, intense research because I didn't want this to be a nerd fest where I just read out facts for you. But so Manson was born to a 16-year-old woman. I think that typical boyfriend knock me up kind of scene, and she wanted to get rid of him like as soon as he was born. So he didn't have the best childhood, you know. There's a story apparently where his mother went to a bar, ordered a pitcher of beer, and the waitress something was like, "You have a cute baby," and the mother offered the baby in exchange for a beer. You know,
A
yeah, for
beer.
a beer. Like she was
Wow.
that desperate to get rid of him, and then like this dude was like in and out of jail growing up, like petty theft and all that shit. He got married, like divorced multiple times. He wasn't able to form like a proper developed bond with anyone. He was more of a solo guy. Like he got married. It seemed like he just got married for the heck of it. He got married, divorced almost immediately. I think he was married to like two prostitutes, not at the same time, but like, he was married to one prostitute, had a kid, divorced. Married to another prostitute, had
Okay,
another
that.
kid. So he has a couple of children here and there, and they're in legal dispute over like his estate and stuff like that. But I think one of his kids, I don't know the name again, was like, I want nothing to do with my father, which is respect, honestly. But uh, yeah, it's basically the story of Manson is about like a boy who basically grew up being hated and what you call that? What's the word? Like he was just treated like trash, white trash, And at that time, white trash inevitably became what you call hipsters, and I don't like.
Okay.
Is this 60s, 70s?
It should be around 60s and around the 60s. Is at least it's growing up. Yeah,
Yeah, because the hippies thing was, I think, early
in the 60s.
70s, late
Yeah, yeah,
60s, early
1969.
70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
Summer of.
he he really hated the term hippie, although like I think his style and his like hair and his beard and all his followers clothing what they wore gave off like it became the term for hippie. Like he ended up just being
Like
like
a poster boy.
yeah, exactly, that's the word. Yeah, for the word hippie.
Mm.
So do you know about what exactly he did? Like
Um, I know a little bit.
hmm
I think it was something, again, all I know is from Mindhunter, is that
yeah,
he didn't really commit murders himself,
yeah,
but he got people to do it. Like
yeah,
he was leading a cult, and his words were so he was such a master with his
hmm
words that people actually went on to commit murders. The figure I'm not sure of, but I
yeah.
think this was what he was notorious for.
Yeah, you're more or
Mm.
less right.
Hmm.
He it says that Manson started his cult with a beard and a guitar. You know,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
he was a big fan of music as well, and a lot of
Yeah.
musicians, including Paul McCartney from the Beatles and one of the singers from the Beach Boys, they all like praised him for his musical ability. Like so they said that this guy had potential, you know, but he
Hmm.
was a messed up individual. But not mentally ill.
Mm.
You know, he
Yeah.
at many times he refused what psychiatric evaluations and stuff, but he was just like, I'm not mentally ill, and I am not sure if he ever went through a psychiatric evaluation to confirm it, but he seemed extremely sane, is what people would say. He didn't seem like psychotic. So
Hmm.
I think I've spoken about this before, like faith, hope, and charisma. The three factors
Yeah.
to create or
Manson
destroy
provided
anything.
all three.
Exactly. So he was a good looking dude. Like apparently he was a great looking dude in his time. He was hella charismatic, amazing personality, and a great singer with a guitar. So like just basically imagine like every college boy, like this
Every
You're
college boy who's
not
trying
ev
to
yeah, you know, like an extremely
beat the word
charismatic, talented.
boy. But yeah, I
Yeah,
mean it is kind
sure,
of more or
yeah.
less like a boy, you know.
Yeah, he was. And most of his followers were women, you know?
Hmm.
Most of the people from the Manson family were women. He even like had a child with one of his followers. Again, I don't know names and stuff. But
Hmm.
they lived, and their intention was to kind of start like this through their songs and through their messages. They wanted to create a race war because it was still like the racial tensions at that time against like white and blacks was still yeah, what's up?
I have a so like it just I'm not sure if it's this one,
Hmm.
but uh there was a song called Helter Skelter,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Does this have to do with Manson's thing? It
yes,
does,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
What?
Yeah, yeah,
What
yeah,
is
yeah.
it? What is
Yeah,
it?
so
So
Sid explain the thing.
so I don't know which album it was,
It
but
was by the
like
Beatles, no?
he was by the Beatles, so he was a big fan
Yeah.
of the Beatles, and at that time Beatles was popping off,
Popping
like it was their
off.
prime. It was their prime, and I think that
Yeah.
was the same. The year in which Helter Skelter released was probably, I think, was when they made the record breaking album. Like say it's the most grossing album of all time. I don't know the
Yeah.
album name though, but if you Google right now and say which album has done the best, like ever, it is
Yeah.
like the Beatles, So he was,
Yeah. Those.
hmm?
The album cover with
Yeah, 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 yeah,
them, all of them
yeah, yeah,
walking.
yeah.
Yeah.
On the road, no, yeah. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
one of the songs, Helter Skelter, I think Paul McCartney wrote it because he was like, I want to write something funky, jiggy, for the people.
Yeah.
But like Manson started like listening to the songs in the album, and he started like developing meaning out of it, like some kind of weird meaning that it's kind of spoke to him in a way, almost like how an English literature professor analyzes a text. He started analyzing these
Mm.
songs, and like Paul McCartney and Lennon and all were like, these songs are just something we're writing. It doesn't have a specific, deep hidden meaning behind it. But Manson was adamant,
Yeah.
saying that it was a message. And this song specifically, Helter Skelter, you know, was kind of. He said it kind of represented the overall, you know, urge to start the race war in his head. So it was almost like a trigger for him. Like he listened to the song and it was so inspiring to him. His intention was to create a race war between the whites and blacks. He wanted to create tension so high until that there was a proper full out civil war, like whites versus black
Oh.
in America. And once the
Oh.
blacks won, which he said it will happen, they would, like, him and his family would come out of hiding and they would like rule over the blacks. So it sounds hella dumb, and to be fair, it is, because like, to be fair, the Manson family was high on LSD and like marijuana almost all the time. They were. I don't think
Yeah.
they were ever sober. There's one famous exercise. It gives me a lot of those like theater wala exercise vibes. It's like you have to. They put a chair, okay, in the room, and everyone sits around the chair in a circle. And one by one, you have to get up and you have to try to imagine a person sitting there on the chair. You have to imagine a person sitting on the
Mm.
chair and you have to scare them such that they get up
Oh,
off the chair.
bro.
You know?
Bro, this is scary, man.
Yeah, it's hella like just imagining it. Like,
Especially like fuck, yeah,
yeah, they're all,
it's nighttime as well, bro.
yeah, they're all out,
It's
they're all like high out of their minds. And there's a chair in the room. There's with like one light bulb, they're all sitting around. They're supposed to scare this imaginary person out of the chair.
Yeah. What's the point though?
The point is almost like they wanted to, I think, for synergy, like everyone just is on the same level as they see the person in the chair, because Manson tells them there's a person on the chair and he tells them that you have to scare that person. These guys are so like deep rooted in his belief that they're like, yeah, there is a person and we have to scare them, so they would go all out to scare this imaginary person who wasn't even there, and yeah,
and they were always dropping acid, so that adds
exactly,
to it.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. But to be fair, I don't find it like too creepy. because there are, let's say,
Yeah.
there's some cults out there that still do that, and I feel like people see it as, social acceptable, like, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, it's cool, it's fun, yeah, seems fun. So
Brother,
yeah, I don't think it's too out there.
once we go back, I'll send you a couple links. Watch
Yeah,
that and tell me you didn't shit yourself. Because when Sid is
Yeah.
saying this, right, I think I've seen a couple videos of something similar along the lines. Because I watch a lot of this uh, documentary, thriller type stuff. I don't know why, but I do. And I've seen visuals of this, and it just 2 seconds of that, and you're already, because when he's speaking of it, those visuals are playing in my mind, you know,
Yeah.
and it's it's
yeah.
uh,
I
it's
mean, I,
quite
I
spooky,
bet,
man.
yeah, I bet it looks crazy, dumb, or whatever. But the point I'm trying to say is, I don't think that's the most, creepiest thing
Yeah. I
ever.
mean, I
It's
don't
not the
know
creepiest thing
specific.
ever, but it's just to think of it is bizarre, because you're
Yeah.
telling me one man is capable of telling these people that something's happening, and you see that video, right? They put their
Yeah,
souls into it, man. Like that much dedication and stuff, and to think of it as okay, words, all words, and that is
Yeah.
that is scary. That very
yeah,
thought of people being able to do things with their words and their words
Yeah.
only is scary.
On a much more grander scale, like Hitler, you know,
Yeah,
Hitler
see,
yeah,
Hitler in the Holocaust, bro. How did he manage an entire like German army to sit and lynch and degrade Jews for years? You know,
yeah. I
yeah,
guess, I mean, you
extermination,
can't
literal
compare.
genocide. He made people
you
commit.
can compare. Why can't you compare?
It's on a much
This is
larger scale.
See,
it's
Yeah.
see,
Yeah, it's in
see
a much
the
larger scale,
yeah.
but Hitler also began in small scale, na? It's not like Hitler just walked up and he was like mass mobilization.
Nah,
It didn't work
nah.
like that.
Yeah, right.
But
That's not the point I'm
Yeah.
trying to say. Because the the
Hmm.
exercise you said, things like that happens today. It's not abnormal to see it around.
it
And
does happen today, but it
I
is.
feel like,
Don't you think it's abnormal?
See, think about it like this. Okay, it's one exercise, and even when you ask me right now, I can't tell you what the exact purpose of the exercise is, what it wants to achieve. It is. I
yeah,
won't be able to accurately tell you, because I'm not Manson, and I
mm-hmm,
won't be able to convince you either to do it for me because I'm not Manson. But
mm-hmm,
like, think about these number of exercises, or these number of, let's say, acts of faith, tests of devotion to his ideology and stuff like that, such that he gets these people drawn to him like a moth to a flame.
yeah.
And
But does
wait,
does
wait,
it
wait, that's what
hurt
that's what
anyone
wait
though?
that's what these exercises are nothing but trials, you know
Right.
until the final event. So there's been two separate events. I don't want to describe it in detail, you know, but
Yeah.
I suggest
Yeah.
you look up on it. If I say stuff like this on the podcast, I just don't want to. Like Andy said, it will not. It's not nice to hear it. So he's managed to get, mind you, like most of his people from the family are female college students, possibly our
Mm.
age right now, 19-year-old, 20-year-old, like American impressionable young women of America. He's got he's got them to join his family, drop everything else, and he's managed to get them to do awful things. Again, those things I will not mention, but people listening on the podcast, if you're interested, and if you want to read more into it, I suggest you. It's an interesting case study. And if you've watched Mindhunter, you'll also get pretty decent idea as to what everything's about, but not in detail. Sharon Tate, right, the actress?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Basic
Yeah.
Instinct.
Yes.
Oh
So
yeah. Yeah.
you know that's how she died, right? She was murdered by the
No.
Manson family. He ordered
Oh.
like his followers to walk into their house, and again, yeah, it's pretty disturbing. Okay, the visuals and the kind of atrocities they committed. But she and a couple of other, important people in the movie industry at that time were murdered brutally. Murdered is not even the right word. Like massacred.
Obliterated. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
you know.
bad.
and Sharon Tate at the time was pregnant, and yeah, there was extra
Oh
violence
shit.
in that. If you catch my drift, that's all I will say. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Smart,
I don't
smart.
want to be specific, but yeah, you know what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
it's
yeah.
horrible.
Right.
And in the like the most scary thing is a year ago, she was married to the movie director, filmmaker Roman Polanski. Wait, am I saying that right? Polanski, Roman
Does
Polanski.
ring a bell, that name.
Yeah, he directed Rosemary's Baby, which
Huh.
released 1 year. I mean, Rosemary's Baby is a decent movie. It's not that scary, but I think I might be saying his name wrong. Fine. That movie was about a woman like who was impregnated by the devil, and she's giving birth to the Antichrist, something like that, you know.
Oh, wow.
And a year later, his wife dies, and yeah, you know what I mean. So it's a,
Hmm.
super scary experience.
Mm.
If people don't know who Sharon Tate is, like if you've watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood by Tarantino, which is actually a pretty good film. Now that I've watched it like twice or thrice, you know, a lot of themes related to Hollywood and uh, like just general, yeah, Hollywood. That movie is the definition of like the beginnings of Hollywood, and so many themes here and there. I think Johnny Depp plays Manson in the movie, and he has like an appearance. So a lot of these, Margot Robbie plays Sharon Tate in that movie, you know. So there are open references as to things that will happen, you know, or what might happen and stuff in that movie. It's an interesting movie to watch. A little bit boring, and a lot of Tarantino fans might come to me and like hate me for this, but it's not Tarantino's best work, like in a long shot, you know. But still a good, decent movie nonetheless. It was kind of boring, but yeah, if people don't know who Sharon Tate is. So basically, the Manson family, a bunch of these college going individuals who was like basically like an army for hire, bro. Not hire, like Manson controlled them. That people say that Manson never really committed any acts of violence by himself. That's why when he pled non guilty, it was very hard to like get him on a charge, because all he did was like, you know, convey his message. He spoke his truth, and he convinced people. He convinced people, these college students who had never even like dreamt of doing anything violent, to change their way of life. And one, like, again, murder is an understatement. Okay, commit these acts of like inhumanity. You can't explain it, you know. So people say that Manson was like he said, he was magical with his words and his charisma, and how people just were like just overwhelmed by his leadership. People from the Manson family all did horrible things, and they all got life. They were initially given the death penalty, but again, conveniently, the next year there was a protest against the death penalty.
Is this
So it
California?
was, yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So
They
it was
suspended the
removed.
death penalty. Yeah.
It was removed, and they were given life. You know, so yeah,
It's
life
similar.
imprisonment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's similar to. Okay, by the way, Mindhunter 100% recommend. It's a
yeah, great show.
very, very interesting show.
Mm,
Even if you don't watch shows, like
yeah.
even if you're not really a show watcher or binge watcher or
Mm,
whatever, it's just a very interesting show. So I recommend
yeah.
that you check it out. Highly
And bro,
recommend.
the performances, bro.
So good, right? So
Like
fucking
the
good.
guys who played Kemper and the guys who played Manson, you know,
Yeah.
and Groff, Jonathan Groff, as
Kemper, I have a different opinion of now that
oh,
I've
okay. We'll talk about Kemper
done.
in a bit.
Yeah.
Adi, do you know Jonathan Groff? Okay, he
No,
voices
I do not.
Kristoff in Frozen. Kristoff, the
Who?
blonde dude, the good guy. Yeah.
I
From
don't think you've
Frozen?
seen the film.
Okay. You haven't seen Frozen?
I've seen Frozen. What
Yeah,
you
you know
mean?
Oh, you
Kristoff, right?
have?
The guy
Okay.
with the reindeer, man.
I know,
Yeah.
but I thought
He's
it
a
was.
musical
I
actor
mean,
as well. He's a super talented actor, and he's a musical actor. Have you watched Hamilton?
Why are those two things different, bro?
No, he plays the king in Hamilton, right?
Oh, that is Jonathan Groff. What a guy.
Yeah.
so what about him?
Yeah, he's the star of the show. And he's a great actor. So
Okay, cool.
yeah, that one. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
What a performance though. He's not even in Hamilton for a very long time, but very good, very
Yeah.
great job, great job.
He's in the new Matrix movie coming up.
What?
Guess who
Yeah.
else is in the new Matrix movie?
Priyanka Chopra, no?
Priyanka Chopra.
Represent.
Jalandhar to Bollywood. I don't know if she's from Jalandhar, but yeah,
Yeah.
Punjab. Okay.
Cool. So
Uh,
that's basically about
So
Manson.
yeah,
that's
so
Manson.
so the only things I know about Manson is through, the
Pop
little bit
culture.
of internet
Word of mouth.
culture
Yeah.
and memes and shit.
Manson memes? What do you mean?
What?
Memes on Manson?
Yeah, yeah. So there's a huge fan culture of like
What?
Manson. Like, I've seen a lot of like TikToks of. Okay, so there's this particular clip. Yeah, just like
Oh
that.
my god.
I
Bro,
don't. Yeah, I didn't get
Andy
that.
had to go pee right now. Wait, bro, wait
Oh
till he
my
comes back.
god,
Oh my god, dude. He didn't even say anything. He just got up and went, bro. What is this?
bro. Yeah.
Oh, how have I never seen this before? Jesus.
Yeah, it's kind of disturbing even without knowing the backstory, just
Yeah,
knowing that he's a
that's.
serial killer. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's like that football player, bro. You know, he scored and in like excitement, he did the Nazi salute.
Oh my God, what?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know why. Like his teammates were like, "Yeah, good goal, bro." They went to celebrate with him. He took his shirt off and did the Nazi salute, and they were like, "Whoa,
No fucking
okay,
way. Who was that?
yeah." You at least
Okay,
tell us when you go pee,
she
man. What is
came.
this?
It
Wow.
was getting too. I didn't want to cut Adi off. It was getting too much.
Did you hear what he said? Adis, repeat what you said.
Okay, so basically, the
Yeah.
only I told you, no, so I know him through internet culture and memes. So there's this
Yeah.
particular video of Charles Manson. It's a what interrogation. He's just sitting there, and
Huh.
there's a guy questioning him, and I think he says something. He replies, and randomly, he gets up and he starts dancing.
Huh.
Some weird dancing movements and all,
Yeah.
and that thing's viral over the internet. I've seen TikToks of like random girls in their bedroom, just doing the dance
Doing
frame
the
for frame,
dance.
like
Oh.
exact same thing.
Bro, isn't that so messed
See,
up?
it's so messed up, and it's you see, this is what Sid and I were talking about. We're talking, bro. This is 50 years ago. Can you
Yeah.
believe it? 50 years
Also,
ago.
I've heard that people love to send him fan mail to his prison or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. Bro,
Yeah,
the number of love
I
letters
don't know
he
if he's
got,
still
bro.
alive.
He
Is
died
he still
he
alive?
used
2017.
to.
He died,
2017 he
okay.
died. Lung
Huh.
cancer or something. Yeah. He died in jail.
Hmm.
Nice.
Huh. Yeah.
Bro, this guy
Nice.
has
I
become
don't know.
such an influential subject in human history, and he was almost traded for a beer. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Like, Jesus.
That barmaid must be thinking like, thank God.
Yeah, like,
You know.
jeez.
Yeah. Shit, man.
There's a quote, okay,
Mhm.
from Manson. We'll end the Manson discussion there, if you want, and we can move on to Kemper or something.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Okay.
say it in like the man. No, I'm not. I almost said Manson voice. Now I'm just gonna say it in my quote voice. Okay. Look down on me, and you will see a fool. Look up to me, and you will see a god. Look right at me, and you will see yourself.
Sheesh. Told you,
Shish
man.
kebab.
See.
Yeah, he was okay.
Say
One thing
what
is
you
there.
will about the person.
Yeah,
Fucking amazing orator, man. Have to
Yeah.
give it to him. Have to give it to him, man.
I mean, I orated it,
wouldn't.
but yeah, you can
Yeah,
give
I
me
wouldn't.
also
See,
props.
I mean, obviously, you have to point
Yeah,
things out for how they are. Hitler, not a great guy at all.
yeah,
Not in the slightest.
Yeah.
yeah,
Great orator though. You'll have to give
Yeah.
it to him.
exactly.
It's not easy to mobilize so many people.
Like Modi.
Modi also,
Yeah.
but not so much. Not so much. Okay. I'm sorry, Mr. Modi, but not so much.
Can you imagine him listening to the podcast and he's like, ah, dang it, shit,
Come
man.
on.
These guys.
Arre.
Anand, not you, Anand.
Come on, man, Andy, not you,
Mitrao.
bro. No.
Manson,
Stop right there. Stop. Yeah.
Okay.
My bad. I shouldn't have brought that
Cool,
up. Yeah,
okay.
my bad. But
Wow.
yeah, he's
Okay.
right. Like, like people who were great with speech. You can just
Yeah,
inspire so many
bro,
people.
they can get so much stuff done. And
Yeah,
imagine so much good he could have brought. But yeah, humanity
yeah.
is flawed, man. Humans are flawed, and that's just the way it is. Another example of one such flawed human being
Hmm.
is, any guesses?
Hitler.
Flawed human being. Are we talking about?
Yes.
Hitler.
Uh,
Just cut it
Hitler
short.
is
You
flawed.
know who I'm
wait.
talking
Okay, okay,
about.
okay. This might be hella controversial. Okay,
Oh
I
man,
wouldn't
okay.
say Manson is flawed. I would say that Manson has
Okay.
almost reached like peak, like humanity. Like he's maxed out, bro. He maxed out his charisma level. He's playing Fallout out here. He's an RPG
Huh,
character, and he's
but
maxed
it's
out
still
his
flawed, na?
stats. Yeah, I mean, flawed in like implies something like like yeah,
It's wrong.
something's wrong. Like
Yeah.
this man was,
There is something wrong.
yeah, in terms of morality and ethic wise, obviously he was hella wrong. But
Yeah.
like,
That's bro. That's the huge
yeah,
part
that
Yeah,
is
of
a
it,
that's
huge
what
man.
I'm
part of it.
talking
But in
about.
terms of
I'm not
ability,
saying,
like Andy
yeah.
just said, like if this man, was used for good, if he used his ability and his skill set for good, he would have been a valuable asset.
Bro, ability wise, he was a master.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
I'm
that's what I
not
mean.
even, I'm not even, I'm not even
Yeah,
going to deny that. Ability wise, he was 100% a master.
yeah,
And I think that's one thing that is common with these individuals who we still speak of. You
yeah.
know, they were very,
Geniuses. Let's just
they were
say,
geniuses.
yeah, they were
And they
geniuses.
were very obsessed with gaining total control over their mind, which they
Hmm.
did. And so much so that they could do it for other people. And
Yeah,
that's just insane, you know? Not like psychologically insane, it's just like insane. Like how do you do that
yeah.
type of a thing?
It's all like interwoven with like spirituality and like mastering yourself.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
once you master yourself, you have conquered your greatest enemy,
exactly. Some people
Bruce
become
Lee,
Bruce Lee, some people become Manson,
Manson.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry. Yeah. Next, like flawed people.
Yes.
Edmund Kemper.
Edmund Kemper.
He may not be as popular, so I think you can go ham with like the
Yeah, I don't
description
think
and stuff.
he's as popular as Manson. I don't
Oh,
think
of course
he's,
not.
yeah,
Of course
he's
not.
not,
Yeah.
he's not, he's
I
not.
think Kemper is only famous for people who watched Mindhunter.
Yes, and I
Yeah.
don't think I would know Kemper at this point in life, at least, if it wasn't for Mindhunter.
Mindhunter, exactly. Same.
Okay? Adi, this
Yes.
guy,
Hmm.
a whopping 6 feet 9 inches tall,
Yes.
and he weighed
Nice.
140 kilograms, okay? People
Uh-huh.
used to refer to him as a gentle giant,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Before he confessed to have committed whatever crimes. So, a little bit of background on this. Edmund Kemper. Edmund Kemper was born on. No, I'm kidding. I just did the school
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
thing. But
Oh
yeah,
my God,
he's
so many
born in
flashbacks.
48. you know,
So many flashbacks.
My God.
everything was like that. Welcome speech was like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Introduction was like that. Vote of
Yeah.
thanks was like that.
Jesus.
And they had the
Yeah.
same tune. But yeah.
We would
So,
like to thank Mr. and Mrs.
Please stop.
Mr. and Mrs. Sharma for taking valuable time out of their schedule and coming to our school.
No, no, no.
Last but not the least,
Mr. and
we would
Mrs.
like to
Sharma
thank-
are teachers. Mr. and Mrs. Sharma are teachers, other students, and my dear friends.
Yeah, and every time they would end with last but not the least. Then say our name first sometime, na? Always, last but not the least, the students. No, you don't give a
Yeah.
shit about the students. Don't lie.
It's that one girl in your class who
But
was
yeah.
like extremely responsible, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No friends. Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
This dude, born in 48. Okay? So you could say he's as old as our country. Just 1 year younger than our independent country.
Don't do
Okay?
that.
What? Just to give context of
You're
how old the
comparing
dude is.
our
You're
nation
comparing
to-
our
No, no, no,
nation.
no, 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 no. You know what? Cut this. Fuck it. I'm not even risking it. Bleep. Cut it out.
No, no, don't
Fucking
cut
hell.
this. Don't cut this.
Jeez, no,
Don't
no,
cut
no,
this.
fucking
Don't
cut
cut
it.
this.
Fucking
Bro,
cut
the
it. You
fear
made
in
it
his
sus.
voice.
My
Don't
God.
don't cut this, bro. Okay, cut that.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah,
Okay.
cut that.
yeah. Okay, another example of, troubled childhood. And these kind of things are, I think, a common theme in everything that has to do with studying behavior.
Yeah,
Because you have to realize uh, these incidents and these happenings were taking place during a time when psychology wasn't very advanced. As a discipline, psychology has, uh, gained its whatever
traction.
reputation in the past
Yeah,
50 years, you know, and it's
Yeah.
been crazy. It's been crazy the progress that domain has made. Oh yeah,
nice.
didn't mean to, but yeah. Anyway, this dude, his parents were in a very toxic relationship, okay, and his
Mm-hmm.
father, whose name was also Edmund Kemper, he was Edmund Kemper the second, and this guy, the serial killer, he was Edmund Kemper the third. Okay, and their fights were so bad that Edmund Kemper Senior has gone on record for multiple times saying that the war wasn't as bad as living with you and things like that. So when he was 9 years
Mm-hmm.
old, his dad just finally decided to leave her, and he filed for divorce, got a divorce, and his custody and his two sisters, their custody was given to the mother. Okay, the mother was known to be an alcoholic, a very crude woman, and she had borderline personality disorder. Okay, she treated the girls with a lot of respect, but Edmund Kemper she always treated with contempt, because she always, she was always like, you're just like your dad, you'll never feel the love of a woman and things like that, ever since he was a kid. Okay, ever since he was a really
Mm-hmm.
young kid. Yeah, his parents separated when he was 9 years old. Okay, he managed to so his mother moved them to Montana from California, where his parents used to live earlier, right? He managed to
Mm-hmm.
escape from Montana, come back to California to visit his father. Okay, and his father by that time had remarried, and he had a stepson and stuff. So it didn't quite work out. So Kemper stayed with them for 2 months, and then he was sent to his paternal grandfather's place. Okay, grandfather and grandmother, they lived on a ranch in California, North California, in a ranch, and they had 17 acres of land. Just to give you context, it was in the middle of nowhere, their house. Okay, and this guy described his grandparents as senile and slow, and a lot of derogatory things you would say about old people. Okay, and his grandmother also was a very um she grew up in a matriarchal house, so she also carried that contempt for men in general, but especially so for Edmund. Okay, and this one day when he was 15 years old, he used to go hunting with his grandfather and stuff. Okay, he used to hunt for rabbits and shit like that with his rifle. One day it all builds up and he just shoots his grandmother. Okay, while his
What?
yeah, he just shoots his grandmother, and his grandfather has gone out grocery shopping, and when his grandfather comes back, he goes to the porch and he kills the grandfather as well.
The
He
fuck?
makes two calls. The first one to his mother, and he says, I have done this. And the second one to the authorities. She says, call the sheriff and turn yourself in. He was 15 years old at this time. Okay, but he was still a huge guy.
Mm.
Maybe I think he was 6'4" or 6'3" at the time. Might be
At
wrong, but yeah,
15.
yeah. At 15, uh, he was like, even growing up, you could easily tell that he's not, uh, you know, he's not your average height guy. He was always tall.
Uh-huh.
Okay, he was 6'9" when he was an adult, so that should give you an idea.
Oh.
That's very tall.
But at 15 though,
But at 15,
that's
he was
crazy.
already 6 feet.
How tall is
Okay,
your average basketball
he,
player?
I think that's more than six
It'll be more
five.
than six,
S-
yeah.
I don't know, six
6'4"
five.
plus kg.
Average 6'4".
Bro, these guys are
Yeah,
tall. These guys are so tall.
hella tall. Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them are, like,
Meanwhile, Steph
yeah,
Curry.
some of them are six. Yeah, exactly. 6'9" and shit. And then you have people like, I don't know Steph Curry, but I mean, I know Steph Curry, but people
Yeah.
like Nate Robinson and stuff, they just balance it out, I guess. But anyway, and he was, because he was a minor, he was sent to a mental health facility and not prison. Okay? He was sent to a
Right.
juvenile mental health facility
Correctional
where
facility. I think that's what they call it.
correctional facility, yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there he has gone on record for saying, I just wanted to see how it would feel to kill grandma. Okay? And then when asked about his grandfather, he says, I didn't want him to know that grandma's dead. I didn't want him to live with that pain. So I killed him as well. Okay?
Fair.
Not really, but okay. And
It's
whilst
that's
there,
very interesting because, like, sorry to cut you off, but like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
you've already demonstrated Edmund's temperament for murder now in this very instance because
Yeah.
like he didn't like his grandmother, you know,
yeah.
and he wanted to feel how it would, like, he wanted the feeling of killing her, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time he's not a complete maniac. Like he still had the capability to feel for his grandfather, and he didn't want his grandfather to mourn his grandmother, so he's like he gave his grandfather an easy way out, almost like a mercy killing.
Yes,
Don't
but
try
I'm
to
not
no, no, no,
justifying
no,
it.
no.
come on.
It's
Yeah.
interesting he says that. It's interesting he says that because a little bit of background, which I will give you now, is that
Okay.
since he was a very young kid, since he was 6 years old, right?
Mhm.
Edmund found pleasure in doing things like, decapitating his sister's dolls, and yeah, he would just what do you call it? Dismantle
Yeah,
the doll
toys and
and feel
have you
great about
seen
it
Toy
and
Story?
stuff.
You know, Sid
Wow,
from Toy
whoa.
Story.
Right, yeah. Sit, calm down.
Not
Calm down.
not quite like that, but yeah,
Bro,
this
but
visual
I
is
can
helpful.
bet that kid would have grown up to be a menace to
An Eddie.
society. Have
Mm-hmm.
you guys have seen Toy Story, right? One.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So in Toy Story 4, there's
I
a
haven't seen
small
four.
Yeah,
reference to
yeah,
that
there is a
kid.
reference to it. Yeah.
Yeah. He's normal. He's living a normal life, apparently.
Oh, good for him, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out Sid.
Okay. Anyway, coming back to Eddie. Okay. I
Mhm.
will refer to him as Eddie not because I have any sympathy. It just sounds cooler. Okay. Eddie buried a cat alive when he was like
Buried.
7 or 8 years old. Okay. He
Mhm.
buried it alive, and then he dug it up. And again, big disclaimer: please leave. But if you haven't and you're faint-hearted or
Bro,
stuff
don't
like
say it
that.
like,
But
From
please
that.
leave. Yeah.
no. If you know what I mean, yeah. Come
Yeah,
on,
I know,
it's
but
gonna
like,
get because you were very like considerate with it, but I
yeah.
cannot go through Kempo's thing without um describing
Just say it,
The
the
bro.
heinous,
Just
explicitness,
say it.
yeah.
yeah, the
Yeah.
explicitity of it.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Just say it,
Anyway,
bro.
so he severed the head, and he sort of stuck it onto a pole just to see what it looks like and shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Eddie, also a very smart boy, even growing up, he would read a lot. So he read about things right from the Vikings to the Holocaust and everything, and he insisted that his sisters and him play games like A, gas chamber, and second, electric chair.
Wait.
Pretty self.
The games like the read about the Holocaust. When was this? What year was
He
this?
was, what year?
Yeah,
Holocaust
what
was
year?
in 40s,
No,
right?
yeah, 39, like 1939,
Yeah,
1940s. And
yeah.
this, when was it? Like 60s?
No,
Like when
I want to
Kemper.
say late 50s, mid 50s,
Hmm.
late 50s. Yeah, when he was
Oh,
like
Mm-hmm.
about 8, 9, 10
okay.
ish. Okay, because he had this history of um deriving pleasure from pain,
Yeah.
and he would ask his sisters to play a game wherein they would tie each other up and try to see who would escape out of the bondage first, whilst pretending to be in a gas chamber and things like that,
Yeah.
and electrocuting the
Okay.
electric chair and everything. And this is he's not even
Jeez.
10 years old, okay? Is what
Yeah.
he'd been doing
Yeah.
as a kid. So you can imagine the amount that has been piling up till he reaches the age of 15. Crazy part,
Mm-hmm.
when he reached the facility and when people, these psychologists were, you know, working with him, they've
Yeah.
gone on record for saying he's a genius. Okay? He took an IQ test. His score was 135. Okay?
Which is 5 points
As
below my score. It's pretty impressive.
you're
You know.
140?
No, I'm messing. I haven't taken an IQ
Oh,
test.
okay. Damn, I would be shocked, bro. What are you doing here if you have
Yes.
140 IQ?
So
Fucking
would
hell.
I. Yeah.
Go to Harvard or some shit.
No, bro.
Anyway,
I'm already at the best
um,
university in the world.
Hell yeah.
okay, cool, cool,
Shout
cool,
out.
cool,
Hell
cool,
yeah.
cool, 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 cool. 135
Big shout
IQ
out.
as a 15-year-old. Okay, he spends his teens there. He spends 6 years there. Okay, and on his 21st birthday, he is released. He's released, and his criminal record is expunged. I think that's the word. But it's
Mm-hmm.
basically,
Clean
you're a
slate.
free man.
Yeah.
You're a
Yeah.
free man. You go. And though he insisted with the
Mm.
psychologist that please do not send me back to live with my mother because that's not good for my mental health, and the psychologist insisted this, but the judge, for some reason, gave his mother the
Custody. Yeah.
custody again. Okay, and now it wasn't smooth sailing for him anyway to begin with. Now it got worse. You know, his mom was always treating him with contempt, always berating him. He used to live in the basement of their house. Okay, and he would relate it to something deeper. He would be like, I was living in hell because I was living beneath them, and they lived on the first floor, which meant they were in heaven. You know, so this whole idea of good and bad, and he was a very introspective thinker as a kid also. And yeah, by the way,
Mm.
when he turned 18 and he took an IQ test, his IQ was 145, which is genius level IQ. Like, yeah, genius level IQ. So, yeah, that started happening when he was 21 years old and he came back and stuff like that. And then little things were still happening on the side. His mom worked at a university in California, and this guy, he actually wanted to be a cop. Okay, and
Mm.
guess what disqualified him from being one?
His height.
His height. There was a
Yeah.
What?
regulation on how tall you can be to be a cop. Okay,
I think it's
Wait.
and
because I
Wait.
think it's
Hold up.
because they had these patrol cars that were all
I'm
default.
pretty sure it was the
He
cars.
he
I'm
wouldn't be
not.
able to
I
fit in
mean,
a regular
yeah,
size car. He was
yeah. That's what I
massive.
thought when I was reading it. There isn't any given reason as to why height thing, but I
Mm.
would think so. Maybe it's the car,
Yeah.
but
So yeah, I get that they removed his criminal history,
yeah,
so he's no longer a
he's no
criminal.
longer a criminal.
But he still does have a criminal history, though.
Yeah, of murder that too. Of murder.
Yeah, murder, but he
It's
was a
so
minor.
dumb.
And then
That is
yeah,
dumb.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He got apparently 5 years of rehab was enough. That's what America thinks. Okay, that's what America thinks. But I
Wow.
mean,
Nice.
this should
Okay.
tell you all there is to know about America. Ed Kemper's story should tell you everything there is to know about America. Um, and then wait, where was I?
Uh,
Yeah, the police.
disqualified. Yeah.
He didn't get through, but he used to still hang out. You know how in Brooklyn Nine-Nine they have this bar they go to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so apparently it's a real thing, wherein cops just chill at a place very
Hmm.
often. So he used to go there, and he made friends with the cops, and they all liked him. That's where he got his nickname Big Ed. Okay,
Yeah.
and they all used to love him, and he was what they described a friendly nuisance. Okay,
Hmm.
so yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he used to chill there and everything like that. And Edmund, till the age of 21 had never been on a date. Okay, because he spent most of his teens in prison, and even before that he was very awkward when it came to women. Okay,
So far, the most
and he
relatable point in the podcast.
100%, 100%. And he
Yeah,
couldn't
totally.
imagine a normal relationship uh, between him and another woman, you know. And I think the reason for that is his troubled childhood. Like his parents, he constantly saw them,
Yep.
this and that. Yeah, I might be wrong, but I think that's what it is.
Dude, it's almost every single time it's the childhood. A disturbed
Yeah,
childhood
yeah,
and an unhealthy relationship with your parents will is
yeah,
almost always the reason.
yeah.
So
So and he had that in a great degree,
exactly, yeah.
separated, and dad saying things like war was better than living with you, and mom always constantly putting him down. And
Yeah.
she also made like she mocked him for his physical appearance, which he had no control over.
Mm.
um you know and yeah, things like that. And he had never and he has gone on record for saying, when I see a pretty girl walk by, there are two thoughts in my head. One is I should ask her out, I should take her home, treat her nice, make her feel great. And the second thought is, how would her head look on a pole?
What
Yeah,
the
he has gone
fuck?
on
Yeah.
record for saying things like these. Anyway, coming back. So this once, Eddie was riding his motorbike, okay, and just chilling through California like 21-year-olds do, I guess. And then he gets into an accident for which he receives $15,000 from the government. Okay, again, America.
Wait, what?
So what he does, yeah, he gets $15,000 in settlement. He
Oh.
probably sued. He pressed charges against the guy who, the car driver,
Hmm.
and he got $15,000 in settlement. Okay,
Sick.
yeah. What he did with it, he bought a Ford Galaxy, which is a car.
Woohoo.
Okay, he bought a Ford Galaxy, and that was a huge, you know, like a. It sounds wrong, but it was like a step towards him being the person he became. Okay, this situation with his mother wasn't getting any better, and it started piling up again. It started building up, and then he started saving money to buy equipment like knives, plastic bags,
Mhm.
cleaners,
Mm,
bleach, and that sort of stuff. Okay,
right.
and this is the time during the hippie culture move, the beginning of the hippie culture, wherein hitchhiking was actually a big thing, especially in California. So I think Manson and Kemper and most of these guys operated during the same time frame. Anyway,
Mm,
these women used to ask people for rides and stuff, and he started doing it as practice to get to learn how to talk to women, and to build a build a nice sustainable relationship. Okay, that went on for about a couple of months, till one day he picked up two women from college, and they wanted to go to Stanford University or somewhere. Okay, and he took them to a very secluded, isolated area, locked one of them in the trunk, strangled and killed one. Okay, and then he proceeded to do the same with the other woman as well. He cut them up, took their bodies home, and while he was on the way, he was stopped by a cop. He was stopped by a cop, and he just got away with something, saying, "Yeah, there's something wrong with my tail light or something like that," and
mhm.
he just got away with it. And he has also said in an interview that the first time, I mean, the second time I committed murder, these two women, right? There was three instances he could have gotten caught. He hasn't mentioned the other two, but he said people just believed me, and that made me feel powerful. Okay, so that fueled his
Yeah.
whole thing of I can get away with it. And he started getting a kick out of it, you know? And yeah, so yeah, he packed them up and stuff, and he kept one body at home actually, okay? and
Souvenir.
and yeah, as a souvenir. Again, serial killers have that. They like to have mementos and stuff, something to remember their crimes by. And Ed had the same thing, okay? And then this goes on for a while. He killed a total of 10 people, two of which were his grandparents, two ladies, these two women that he um, abducted and killed. And there
Mm-hmm.
was another 15-year-old girl, okay, who missed her bus to her dance class. And then this guy uh, took her again. And this is the most crazy bit of the information I've gotten. He had a gun under the seat, okay, and she knew that he had a gun under the seat. Somehow he locked himself out of the car, but he was able to convince this girl to unlock the car. And she opened the car, and he strangled her unconscious and did the same as he did with the other two women, which is just humiliating their bodies, their corpses. He was a necrophilic.
Yikes. Yeah, this is.
Yeah,
Mm.
and yeah, so that happened, and this went on for a while, which gave him the name co-ed killer. Yeah, he was called the co-ed killer because his victims were females going to college. And yeah, that went on for a while. And then one day he walks up to his mother, and
Nah, nah, nah. I don't think we should
she
say this part.
no, she just says, oh, what now, are we gonna talk all night or something like that? And he says, I just went to say good night. And she says, what, am I gonna have to sit here and talk to you all night? And then he says, that's when I knew that a week later I was gonna kill her. And a week later he does. To cover up, to cover that up, and to make sure no one else knows, he invites his neighbor for lunch, and he says he has cooked lunch for his mother and the neighbor. The neighbor comes, he kills the neighbor as well. Okay, and then he flees. He goes away for 5 days. He goes to Colorado, and one day he just thinks, it's, yeah, this is not gonna stop. I've had enough. And then he turns himself in to the
Yeah.
cops. Now, interesting, when he while speaking to the cops about his whole modus operandi and everything, he says that all the 6 women I killed were basically surrogates for my mother. That's what I wanted to do all this while. So yeah.
Wow, what a huge bummer of an episode. Jesus.
Oh, by the way, just one last bit, just to conclude. He requested the death penalty, but it had been suspended at the time, quite like how it happened with the Manson family.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
the way he requested for it to be done was an electric chair, but they were like, no, you're not gonna get it. So he was sentenced to eight concurrent life sentences. And Edmund
Mm.
Kemper is still alive, and he's in California. Yeah, and he records audiobooks for the visually disabled. Yeah,
Respect, respect.
yeah. He wasn't a. I don't think I would call him
Um,
a psychopath. He was a sociopath. You know.
right.
Yeah,
Mm.
He was aware. He was aware.
yeah. No. I wouldn't say he was aware. He was a very smart like he was very, articulate and everything,
Yeah, but he was
just like
immense.
Manson.
Yeah, he was aware of the wrong. That's what, like, the difference between Manson
Yes,
and
but
Kemper is Manson stands by what he did. He said that there was no wrong. Society
yes,
treated
but
me
then again,
horribly.
how do you believe Kemper? He's a master of his craft, which is being extremely
He
articulate.
requested for the death penalty. He said himself that he wanted, like, he didn't want to, like, live with those kind of thoughts, and he didn't want to
Yeah,
live with his brain anymore. He requested death
yeah,
penalty so that he
fair.
could, finally be stopped. Why he turned himself to the cops? Because he didn't want to be free. He wanted to be, like, locked
Punished.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
that's what I also think. That's what I like to think. But there's a whole different sect of people, and rightly so, who who
Mm.
are like you. It's an unreliable narrative.
He,
You know.
Yeah.
like, owing to his intelligence, I would say that he's extremely aware that what he's doing is, like,
Hmm.
what he did was wrong, and he,
Yeah.
Ayo, you can still be very intelligent and still have like certain things wrong with you,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
self-awareness, for
And
example.
this kind of stuff, it just makes me think. You know, we might encounter these people in our daily lives.
we probably already have. We
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably
exactly.
already have.
You know, we don't know. You don't know what kind of dark thoughts are going through someone else's head. And it would be extremely ideal of someone to say otherwise, because what you're essentially telling me is that, let's say you go to college, in you're telling me that in a crowd of 100 kids, not one is thinking of some dark shit. I don't buy it. That's been my
Yeah, there's
time.
probably a statistic like one in like 20 people or some shit.
There's definitely no
There's always a
statistic.
One in
statistic.
20 people.
There's
That's
bro, there's a
that's
statistic
that's
for
mad.
everything in this time, you know.
There's no statistic for.
Shh.
For
Never mind.
bro, we
Never
out
mind.
here
I don't
in
want
the
to
middle of the
insult
woods. It's
myself.
dark,
Bro,
and
we
we're
should
talking
we
about
should
scary
leave.
shit, bro. Like,
Also, apparently the serial killer gene is a myth. Nothing of that sort exists.
Gene.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Adi, you know about this, right? People say that
I know that sounds
people
dumb.
say that it's in your DNA if you're going to be a serial killer, but
Yeah.
it's
It's
been it's
It's the
not.
been
dumbest thing
debunked
I've ever
time and
heard.
again.
No.
So yeah, it sounds cool. I know why people would want to believe it, but please don't believe it.
I
It's
would.
a myth.
It's mostly social psychology, like, you know, your social
Yeah.
environment, how it treats you and stuff. Bro,
Yeah.
okay, it's late at night, huh?
Yeah, and we've been talking about
Yeah,
some
Yeah.
I don't
shit,
want to
bro. I
talk
was
about this shit anymore. Yeah,
See,
and it's
see,
too
see,
late
see.
to cut as well.
Boys.
Should we just, like, sleep in the tent or some shit?
nah, bro. You
Yeah,
guys,
boys. Before
we can
Bro,
still go.
before we do scoot, I just
Oh, we're scooting.
want to
Thank
say,
God.
if I
Okay.
may, yeah, thank you guys for enlightening me with this stuff, so sociopaths, psychopaths, all of that. I'll not be getting into this stuff. Just
I'm shitting
take this
bricks
as
right
like
now,
a
bro. Yeah,
bro,
also one last thing, if you guys, if you want to know more about this, you can just look them up.
yeah.
Creepy, not creepy,
why would you?
interesting, it 100% is. Very interesting.
At
That
your
much I
own
can say
risk,
for
you
sure.
will see.
At your own risk,
Yeah,
yes. Yes.
it's very disturbing.
Sure.
Some of the things you will
Very
read,
disturbing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
you know.
But watch
So at
Mindhunter.
your
It's
own
it's a
risk.
more toned down version of these things. It's not very graphic,
Mm.
or anything. It's yeah. Just check one episode out, I
Yeah,
guess.
it's all after the fact. No, Mindhunter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's all like exploration of the same thing we talked about, in that way. But
Yeah.
yeah, bro, I'm gonna just sleep here, bro. I'm gonna like sleep in the tent. I don't know.
Yeah, Andy. I'm
Yeah.
hopping with you.
You
You're
guys,
not
Sleep.
gonna sleep in the tent.
I'm not
Totally
gonna sleep in the
dumb.
tent. Would you,
Hell
bro?
no. Hell
You're
no.
gonna leave now, bro, in the middle of the night. What if there's some monster or
Yeah.
some shit,
Bro, I will not spend 7 hours in this
What?
fucking
bro?
wilderness.
The three of us can just sit in the tent. We'll zip up the tent. We'll
You're scared of a monster, bro. What
bro.
monster?
Don't nah. What if there is leave? See,
You know what? I'll get you something from the drive-through. Dinner's on me.
Free food, bro. Say less. Bro, let's go.
This fucker's always in for free food. Oh shit, it's late. Fuck
Okay,
yeah.
this campfire is kind of safe in it. It's hella safe.
It
We've
is.
It's
we've
not
sat here.
hella safe, but it's kinda
I
safe.
don't want to get up and leave as soon as you start walking or some shit happens. I don't know, bro.
Yeah, you know what?
I
Fuck
actually
it. We've
feel
got we've
tingly.
got a little bit of food as well. We'll just stay here, I guess. Fuck.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, speaking of thank you for listening to this week's Untitled Campfire project. This has been a long episode,
It's our
Yeah.
so
longest one so far.
Yeah.
But
if
yeah,
you've
thank
reached
you
till
for
the
bearing
end,
with us.
yeah, yeah, you can check us out on all the streaming podcast platforms and stuff, and follow us on other social media and stuff. Yeah, peace out.